How important is it for you to show that you're more than that, though? You are a good shot stopper. You are good at claiming crosses. You can command the box. Do you find that frustrating? And do you feel that you also need to prove that you're not just good with your feet, you're more than that?
Well, I don't think I'm here because I'm only good with my feet. I'm a goalkeeper first, so I have to save balls. That's why.
You are now listening to Pree Da Production with your host, Majaro.
It is the morning after the night before Manchester United beat away at Bayern Munich 4-3. And where to start with this review / reaction? I mean, the starting 11, let's start from there. That's always the best way to start. Onana, Nana, in net. Right back Dillo, centre back Leacher with Lindelof? Yeah, Lindelof. And then Reguilon, Casemiro in midfield with Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes with Rashford on the left. Palestri getting a start for once on the right. And striker Rasmus Højlund. I'm not going to lie, Palestri isn't the answer. Palestri isn't the answer. It is what it is. I understand why he might have not have chosen him for Brighton. But I feel like he said, okay, cool, you guys want to see Palestri that much? Okay. If he's the answer to the right wing side that you guys, some of you guys claim he is, he should be at least adequate against Bayern Munich. And he was basically non-existent. The chances he got, he should have put them away, but too weak, too light, not enough experience or conviction is what it is. Hopefully he can get better because right now he ain't it. Couple of things we learned. We cannot keep a clean sheet to save our lives. We cannot keep a clean sheet to save our life. And that starts with, unfortunately, Andre, Chris Packett, Onana. Andre, what's it? Onana. This guy has got Chris Packett's for hands. Talk about in the press conference, yes, I wasn't only just brought here to play, well with my feet. I need to, save goals and, stop shots. And the first shot on target, you can't claim slips through your fingers like butter. I'm like, what is going on? And obviously some people say David De Gea would have saved that. Hey, he might have saved that, but at the same time, you've seen De Gea do silly stuff like that. I remember against, I think it was Sevilla last year, basically in Europe. Every time we're in Europe, there's always a gaffiness like that. But I don't know. Let's talk about the game as a whole. Where do I start? We didn't have control. We were fighting. We tried pressing at times. Bayern Munich just had way more quality in all the areas than us. Literally, Harry Kane was dropping in, distracting our centre-backs and midfielders, while Leroy Sané just destroyed us on the left-hand side. He was just all over the place. Serge Gnabry did Gnabry things. Kimmich was just bossing the midfield. Literally, he has legs, he has IQ, he has the technical ability all in one. Like, if we had a player like that starting and not injured, we would have actually done something. But to concede that first goal just set the tone, because we don't just concede one, we concede 2, 3, 4. It just goes on. They score a second goal where I'm thinking, brother, like, this is going to be a long day. Casemiro didn't have the legs like he used to. It just feels, I don't think it's Casemiro, it's whoever's next to Casemiro. Eriksen, who clearly doesn't have the legs. Like, he's got the technical ability, he's got the IQ, but he just doesn't have the industrialness. He just can't get up and down the pitch. He's finished there. You get a good solid half an hour or 20 minutes, because that's what our team does. We play well for 20 to 30 minutes maximum, and 30 minutes is a stretch. And then we can see the goal, and then it just goes tits up. Bruno Fernandes, I mean, you could say he got that assist for Casemiro, but he didn't do much. He was playing that left centre back at times. I'm like, what is going on? What is this? What is this manager doing? And on the manager, I feel for him because I can see what he's trying to do, but it's just the same problems we've always had, but just inverted. The problems we had over the years was, we've got Fred and McTominay who work hard, but they haven't got the tactical ability or technical ability to actually sustain attacks and keep control of the ball, keep hold of the ball, and be dangerous in possession. Now, we've got some technical players like Eriksen, but he hasn't got the physical attributes to be competitive in the midfield. So it's either you start quote unquote Fred and McTominay and don't have the tactical or technical abilities, or you start someone like Eriksen who's got the tactical and technical abilities but doesn't have the industrialness. So it's one of them. You damn if you do, damn if you don't. And that's why the signings that are now injured, like Mount, give him all the crap you wanted at the start of the season, but he was putting in a shift in. He might not have had the technical, competency at that time. If you put Mount instead of Eriksen there, completely different story. Completely different story. And then you slot in Amrabat instead of Casemiro or alongside him. Completely different game. We were able to control it, able to pass it, keep hold of it, because we were just bypassing the midfield most of the game. So they score the second goal, and then we score one goal. Rasmus Højlund with his first goal. And you can see that the criticism that Marcus Rashford had been receiving, saying, he hasn't got any link-up play, he doesn't have any chemistry with a striker. He's working on it. They're working on it. The man just said, this will come. And it came today. Rashford to Rasmus Højlund, goal. And you're thinking, yes, come back on. And then we concede another one. And then it's just more of the same. Bayern Munich dominating. And we concede another one. So now it's 4-1. And you're thinking, okay, cool. It is what it is. The first goal really set the tone. And at this point, we weren't even looking to get anything out of it. We were just like, okay, let's just not get embarrassed. And then Casemiro scores a goal. After a lovely play from Martial. Martial comes on, you're like, okay, this guy looks like he's on it. He was doing pirouettes. He was megging people, 1-2s with Rashford. And then Rashford to Casemiro. Casemiro does some next pirouette and then falls to the ground and then slots at home. You're like, right, what the hell's going on here? And then a corner comes. I'm thinking, Bruno Fernandes, you're either going to score or a goal's coming from this. And just like that, a goal happens. So now it's 4-3. The performance wasn't a 4-3. And you're here scratching your head like, what the hell's just happened? How come we weren't able to sustain high levels? And in my opinion, it's the injuries. People want to go at the manager. But at the same time, we're like caught between a rock and a hard place. We have some players that are fit, but can't play the style that you would like us to play. Like the Scott McTominay's. Casemiro ain't that guy. Eriksen hasn't got the legs. It is what it is. Lindelof, he can pass, but he hasn't got the physical attributes to cover for when Bleacher goes in for tackles. I mean, Delo, solid-ish game. I mean, how can you even rate that performance when you conceded 4 goals? Reguilon started very well, but faded towards the end. It is what it is. There's nothing I can say, but we need our players back. We need to we need to go into that doctor room and say, yo, all these injuries can't be happening anymore. What is going on? These guys need to be monitored day in, day out. Can't let them go up and down the steps without any assistance. You know, I don't even know what's going on. Terrell Malacia, we don't know what's going on. How is Wan-Bissaka injured for 2 months? Hamstringing that. What? He was ill. That's why he wasn't in the start 11 against Brighton. And now hamstringing that. Yo, is it going to be one of those seasons where we're just ravaged with injuries? I know that happened to Liverpool a couple of seasons ago and it did not look pleasant. But there's some hope. We scored 3 goals away from home at Bayern Munich. That's one positive I'm going to take. And hopefully win our next Champions League games. And when it comes to the Premier League, just get these players in. As always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I be kidding on my foes, even though I got it all on my own. Success sweet, yeah,